the start of September, about a month and a half ago, I decided to lock in. We're actually heading off to the gym. We haven't actually been going to the gym in probably like 2 years now, closer to 3 years, because we ended up setting up a home gym. But I really do miss the gym atmosphere. Going back to that atmosphere would actually be really, really nice and help me personally be a little bit more motivated, because I do find it quite fun being at the gym. So that basically meant going harder than I ever have before, sticking to an actual workout program, going to the gym around 6 times a week, legit. Making sure that I kept up with my daily step goal. That meant a lot of time spent on the walking pad. And above all else, being a little bit stricter with my diet than I am usually. Look, there were definitely moments of absolute struggle. Yeah, it is a little bit challenging right now.
I am so hungry. Absolutely starving.
But here we are at the finale, and I'm so excited to show you guys the results and basically what I've learned through this entire journey. So stick around, sit back and relax, and enjoy the video.
You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that's coming to a place with ocean view. You're like an old familiar friend when all is new.
Well, good morning, everybody. So as you can see, we are on the bike, and I'm not sure if you noticed, but we've actually moved the bike out to our balcony. Don't worry, it is covered. It's mainly because, well, I mean, it does not look like it today. It's actually very gloomy today, but the weather has actually been improving. So I figured, let's just bring it outside so I can enjoy some fresh air. We're still in the shred. If you haven't been following along this 45-day shred journey, then make sure you watch my previous videos about it. What do I want to watch? I've been like really into travel vlogs right now because we're actually traveling in 2 weeks. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I need a vacation so bad. We're heading to Athens and then Sicily and then Milan. Very exciting adventures await us. But yeah, anyways, let's get this show on the road.
And every time I take a look into your eyes, I get the feeling you know. And do you know that I know that you know? Do you know that I know that you know? 'Cause you're lighting up the place just like a movie scene wherever you go. And do you know that I know that you know? Do you know that I know that you know? And when you drop by all these signs, the sound of tires and violence rise. 'Cause your laughter is the soundtrack of my life. 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 You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray. You're like the joy of a trip that's coming to a place with ocean view. You're like an old familiar friend when all is new. When all is new. You're like a song that I sing in the morning on a perfect holiday. You're like the warmth of the sun on my skin when clouds look gray.
Alright, so a large part of this entire shredding kind of business was actually keeping up my daily movement. And this wasn't even something new. I'm actually really used to working on my walking pad. I am generally on my walking pad probably for a few hours a day. And I've mentioned this before, this is actually a little bit ridiculous, but I average around 19,000 steps per day, which is way above normal, but that's just how my body is wired to work. I have very restless legs, and so I am very much in love with my walking pad. All right, so here's the thing. Before I even started this whole entire lock-in challenge, getting shredded challenge, whatever, I actually hadn't weighed myself in years. I did not own a scale. I refused to even like go anywhere near the scale, and it was just something that I needed to do in order to kind of like distance myself from identifying my self-worth through a number. number. I used to be so scared of the scale, and I used to literally let that little number that popped up on the screen determine whether or not I was going to eat less that week, or if I was actually happy with who I was. Genuinely, so crazy, right? Because the thing is that we as human beings are so much more than just a little number, and even our physical body itself is more than just one number. And so that is where I really want to introduce to you guys Hume Health, who are very kindly sponsoring this portion of the video. They very generously sent me over their body pod. I think the last time I actually weighed myself on a scale was like 4 years ago. Seriously, it's been that long. So I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit nervous. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna plug this in, let it charge before we use it. Then we'll see how it goes. Which basically is like a smart scale that gives you an insight through their free app. And so it gives you a full detailed overview of your body composition. My weight over the past month and a half did absolutely nothing. It actually went up midway through, and then it went back down. And so that really kind of just goes to show you the weight on the scale means nothing compared to your body composition. I think the coolest thing was tracking my muscle. So basically, how much muscle did I gain in my arms, and how much muscle did I gain in my trunk, and how much fat I actually lost. As you can see, this was the result of my right arm fat percentage. So it basically dropped down 4%, which was really, really cool to see. And the trunk, which is basically my stomach, dropped down by like 1.9%. And then in terms of muscle, which, you know, was the thing that I really kind of wanted to see, this for me really taught me that it takes a really flipping long time for our bodies to actually change. It takes consistency. It takes time. You cannot expect your body to lose like 10% fat and gain like 1 kilo of muscle overnight or in 1 week, or even let alone a month and a half. You can see that those changes were so minuscule that it's painful. So if you're interested, I actually have a discount code that gets you 50% off, and this code actually stacks on top of the current sale going on at the Hume Health website. So if you're interested, here is the link, and it's also in the description box below, and make sure to put in the code Tonia to get your discount. It is also HSA/FSA eligible, so if you live in the US, you can actually potentially get it covered for free by insurance.
Give me more than just words, more than I deserve. 똑같은 실수 이제 지겨워 너무 지루해.
Here we are. I've brought you along again to another cute little gym sesh. This is our new gym. This is an upper body day, specifically a pull day focusing on my back. We always start off with a nice little warm up. I've been really trying to improve my pull-up game, and so just doing a little superset of assisted pull-ups along with some back rows. The key to success is actually increasing your weight. I do the same workout every single week. I do the same movements with some slight variation to make sure that I don't bore myself to death, but essentially what you want to be doing is progressively increasing your weight. And so I really try and make sure that I do the heavy weights, that I am actually not scared of heavy weights, and I'm really trying to push myself. I always finish off every workout with a core routine, and so this is just a super quick little core routine. I did end up doing 2 more exercises after this, but I didn't really actually film it because I got a little bit camera shy. Anyways, that was the routine. I actually love back days. Back days are some of my favorites. Generally, going to the gym has become such a large part of our routine that I love it. I love it so much.
한 번쯤은 날 좋게 바라봐줄래 미워도 너의 곁에만 있을게 반복되는 실수도 가끔 귀엽게 넘어가주면 우리 좋을 텐데 우리는 언제쯤
I don't wanna try
I needed this so bad.
Anyways, I am freshly showered. We went to the gym, did a nice little lower body sesh today because it is Monday, and Mondays we always got to start the week off strong with looking at the glutes and the quads. Definitely doing progressive overload today. So basically that means that every single set I was increasing the weight just by like maybe 5 to 10 kilos, and it burned, and then you kind of just like push yourself until failure. And this is why I love going to the gym with my husband, because he always pushes me and he's always like, come on, never lets me just be chill and comfortable, you know, because literally after the gym, we ended up going for a really beautiful run on the beach. So we did a little 5K. It's because today was a glorious day outside. The weather was peak condition today. Early 20s, sunny, and just like the smallest little breeze. So not every day, obviously, looks like that. We love being outside when the weather is really, really good. And that kind of really just goes into this whole thing of like locking in and kind of doing this little challenge. Shouldn't feel like a punishment. Exercise shouldn't feel like this thing that you're like really, really, really hating and dreading. I genuinely think that moving your body, fueling your body well, making sure that you're getting enough protein, making sure that you're getting enough carbs, making sure that you're getting all the micronutrients and veggies and fiber and everything like that, and then doing things outside, enjoying the outside weather, and then just like moving your body, being physically active. It's just this lifestyle that actually is incredible. You feel like you have so much more energy. You feel stronger. You feel more confident, and it all improves your mental health. You know what I mean? I really wanted to bring that point home that this whole entire lock-in thing, the end goal really shouldn't be how much physical fat you've lost or how you physically look, because especially for females, our bodies fluctuate so much. Yesterday, I just felt so puffy and just like soft, you know what I mean? Today, I woke up feeling really, really, really good about myself. And yeah, literally just like one day's difference. And what a good night's sleep can actually really do. All I'm saying. And so after that whole little spiel, then the physical appearance, all the physical benefits that you get are just the cherry on top. It's just the side effect of you finally locking in and of you consciously making these healthy choices and pushing yourself, getting out of your comfort zone. And so I'm gonna just show really, really, really quickly a side by side of me when I first started this challenge. But I was absolutely floored by looking at the side by side of the after, and just you could see how much my face has slimmed down, how much sharper my jawline is, and then just in general, how much more muscular my arms are actually looking. This is without me flexing at all. It's just with me extending my arm. I know that the lighting conditions were kind of different for the before and the after, but you know, in general, I really am so proud of myself actually for pushing through. So I'm back into reverse dieting now, work my way up back into maintenance. And this is the part of after going on a calorie deficit that is really, really important. Slowly increasing your calories and not being afraid of losing all your progress, not being afraid of getting fat again or whatever, you know. Like I said, our bodies fluctuate all the time. Let's stop chasing the perfect physical, chiseled physique and actually really focus on increasing our strength, bettering our mood, really taking care of our bodies. And in general, it will just make you a happier person. I really genuinely think so. There is actually a Bible verse that I absolutely love. It is 1 Corinthians 10, which says, you say, I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. You say, I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. So just because you can and are allowed to eat whatever the heck that you want and do whatever you want with your body doesn't mean that it's good for you and doesn't mean that it's beneficial. And so why don't we actually make choices that are good for us, make choices that are beneficial for us, is literally just making one healthy choice after another and not being overwhelmed by it and not letting it control your life. Try to stick with whole foods as much as you can. If you want to do a little challenge like I've done just for the funsies of it and just to kind of like kickstart your way into it, if you're the kind of person that needs to go like all in, by all means do that as well, because it is very personally gratifying to know that you've done a challenge and you've stuck to it and you've come out on the top. But then just also be really realistic with the results and with how long it's going to take. And like I said before, this is the last week before my holidays. And so get ready for for some travel themed content. And please, 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 please let me know in the comments below what you actually would like to see from my travel content. Like, I am doing full travel vlogs. Please let me know because I would love to hear from you guys. Anyways, thanks for tuning in and much love from me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao for now.